Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit. Thank you so very much for joining us for our Tuesday satsang. And this is part 20 of our series, Kali for Everyone. And tonight is a puja and satsang to the Trika goddess Apara. So, looking at the yantra for the Trika lineage, the three goddesses are the 3 points of Shiva's trident in the center. We've honored Para, who is represented by the white lotus in the center, and on one side, the red lotus by the goddess Parapara. Tonight, we honor the third goddess, the one as we see as the dark blue or black lotus on the other side, and that is Apara. So we honored Para a couple of weeks ago, and as you notice, we go through the triad. The goddesses become more wrathful in appearance. Last week we honored Parapara, and tonight the most wrathful of all, really the wrathful of the wrathful, Apara. So, fairly short satsang tonight. I'm just going to read another excerpt from my book, Kali Meditation, Book 3. Seated on the left hand of Ma Para is the goddess Apara, who is known as the destroyer of the pains of the humble. She is like Parapara in her attributes, except her skin is black. Her wide open mouth bears long fangs, and her face holds an expression of rage. And I'd like to say namaste to Elizabeth and Bryce, who are joining us. She also wears a large snake and a string of human heads around her neck, and earrings made from human hands. Her voice is thunderous. She is also pictured holding a trident. We see her trident here. A katvanga, which is a skull staff we see here in the side. Here's another example of a katvanga. Kartika, or a flaying blade, similar in nature to this one. And a sword. Also, a damaru drum, rather like the one that we see here in the corner. And a kapala, or skull bowl, representing the transformation of consciousness. As the mistress of Kriya Shakti, the power of action, her energies are forces behind the actual work required for ideas to manifest on the earthly plane. In the overall effects produced by their manifestation. In opposite to Parapara, Apara represents Ida Nadi, or the lunar channel located on the left side of the central channel Sushumna Nadi, which it crosses at the second and fourth chakras, where it terminates above the left nostril and at the third eye, Agnya Chakra. Ida carries more passive and receptive pranic energy. In meditative breathing, Ida Nadi is connected with the in-breath, the inhalation. Both Ida, Pingla, and Shushamna form a pattern believed by some to be the origin of the caduceus and its association with the healing arts. And so this is something else we can look at in these three goddesses, is in the idea of idea manifestation. So Para in the center is just that initial light bulb that goes off in your head, that initial idea that you have. Para would be then the thought process that you undergo in how are you going to make this idea a reality. You're drawing on your previous knowledge. Maybe you're doing research in the correct way to do something. And then the actual work would be the goddess Apara. So Jema Apara. So there's two mantras I'm going to be sharing in tonight's practice. Apara, the goddess of Kriya Shakti or action, has a simple 3-syllable mantra. So not like the 39-syllable mantra that I shared with you in a separate broadcast last week. This mantra is Hrih, Phat. Hrih is related to the goddess-centered syllable Hrim. And so Hrim or Hrih is the Divine Mother really in all of her manifestations and all of her functions. The mantra Hum, also a goddess mantra, is especially associated with the power of protection, in addition to purification and transformation. We tend to see this syllable Hum associated with the more wrathful forms of the Divine Mother as well. The seed mantra Phat, in its Tibetan pronunciation would be Pei, is often associated with the mantras of wrathful deities. The word Phat means something like crack or boom. The mantra therefore relates to a deity's power to subdue our inner demons. As with the regular practices of any mantra, it would be interesting to note the possible effects of using these mantras for spiritual growth and personal transformation. And as I said, according to the sage Abhinavagupta, who lived roughly 1,000 years ago, these mantras that I've been sharing with you these previous 3 weeks and today, one can practice these mantras and receive a tantric initiation. These mantras are so powerful that you can receive such an initiation without a guru. And so the next paragraph in my book, as of this writing, I completed a 40-day process of repeating each of these mantras. The most noticeable effect was the release of a large amount of repressed emotional issues, an even stronger sense of my life mission as a teacher. In all, there has been a strengthened sense of confidence in all aspects of my life. And that has continued in the years following the publication of Kali Meditation, Book 3. There's an additional mantra that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight, and that is the one that we'll use as our puja mantra. So the Hrih Hum Phat we'll use as our meditational mantra for our puja. I'm going to share with you the mantra Om Hrih Kriya Shakti Namah. So this is Apara's function as the personification of Kriya Shakti, the power of action. So Jema Apara, Jema Apara, Jema Apara Devi Namah. So at this point, I invite you to take a comfortable seated position. Let's prepare for our puja and meditation. Maybe roll the shoulders back so the breath can be full. And let's begin with slow, deep yogic breathing. Breathing slowly, breathing deeply. And with that out breath, letting go of the cares and concerns of the day. letting go of the past and the thoughts of the future, and bringing your awareness to this present moment. And breathing in a sense of safety and security, breathing in an increased sense of relaxation, and breathing in the desire to be focused on the present moment. And focusing your breath and your attention on your heart center, and connecting with that divine presence within yourself, knowing it is always there to lead you, to guide you, to teach you, to heal you. And as always, I invite you to think of some aspect of your life that is ready for healing or resolution or transformation. And silently to yourself, I invite you to express a personal sankalpa, a personal intention for tonight's practice. And just acknowledge that in taking part in tonight's practice, you are taking an important step toward that healing, toward that resolution, toward whatever you need at this time being fulfilled. So I invite you to slowly bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. And let's open our practice tonight by chanting those 3 seed syllables in Apara's mantra, Hrih, Phat. Deep inhalation for Hrih. Deep inhalation. A third inhalation for Phat. So hopefully you have your puja set in front of you. And let me guide you through the steps. Om Hrih Krishaktiye Nama. Taking a spoonful of water from your pot, placing it in your hands. Om Hrih Krishaktiye Nama. Sprinkling some water from your spoon on your altar. Om Hrih Krishaktiye Nama. Opening the perfume bottle, placing a little on your middle or ring finger. Om Hrih Kriya Shaktiye Namah. Anointing your devotional objects on your altar. Om Hrih Kriya Shaktiye Namah. Also anointing your third eye center. Om Hrih Kriya Shaktiye Namah. Taking the food offering in your right hand and offering it. Om Hrih Kriya Shaktiye Namah. Lighting your lamp. Om Hrih Kriya Shaktiye Namah. And offering the light. Om Hrih Kriya Shaktiye Namah. Om Hrih Kriya Shaktiye Namah. Lighting your incense. Om Hrih Kriya Shaktiye Namah. Om Hrih Kriya Shaktiye Namah. Offering a spoonful of water to cool the atmosphere. Om Hrih Kriya Shaktiye Namah. Taking a flower in your right hand and offering the flower. Om Hrih Kriya Shaktiye Namah. Bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center and bowing. Om Hrih Kriya Shaktiye Namah. Jema Apara. Jema Apara. Jema Apara. So I invite you in joining me in chanting the mantra Hrih Hum Phat. You can chant out loud or you can meditate in silence, just feeling the power of the mantra. This can be an open-eyed meditation focusing on our image of Apara Devi, or this can be a closed-eyed meditation where you go within. Either way, let the power of the mantra guide your consciousness to where it needs to be. Jema, Jema, Jema. Hrih Hum Phat. 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 Hrih Hom 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 Phat. Breathing deeply. And allowing yourself to integrate the powers of the mantra into your being. Feel the mantra working toward fulfilling your intentions. And maybe check in with yourself and notice how different you might feel compared to how you were before you began this meditation. And offering your mala, Jai Ma. Offering another flower, Jai Ma. Bringing the palms of your hands together and bowing in reverence, Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. And keeping the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Once again, acknowledging that divine presence within yourself, knowing she's with you always. And giving gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice this evening, knowing you can repeat this mantra and do this meditation anytime that you have need. Slowly opening your eyes. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me in Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. So I'd like to say a little bit more about the mantra practice with the Kriya deities. Again, going back to Abhinavagupta in Tantra Loka, He said it was very important to make sure that you incorporate your breath with the repetition of the mantras. So, for example, for Mahakali, um, Kala Sankarshani Kali, be a deep inhale. From inhale and repeat. Similar for para. Inhale. Sao for para. Omagori Hrih Pamagori Hum Guru Pe Ha Guru Mukhi Bhima Sanavava Pibi Bahiru Rafatum Phat. Omagori Hrih Pamagori Hum Guru Pe Ha Guru Mukhi Bhima Sanavava Pibi Bahiru Rafatum Phat. And then finally for Apara. Hrih Hum Phat. Hrih Hum Phat. Hrih Hum Phat. Like so. If you choose to work with these mantras, doing a 40-day process with each of them would be a recommended way to start. Maybe do a little journaling around your experiences while working with these mantras. You can also repeat these mantras silently to yourself throughout your day as well. And if you have questions that come up while you're working with these, please feel free to drop me an email. omcdavy@gmail.com, aumcdavy@gmail.com. I would love to be of assistance for you with that. And also, if you feel like sharing your experiences with these mantras, I would love to hear what you're experiencing. As always, I encourage you to spend some time for some quiet contemplation before resuming the day or the evening's activities. And also, I look forward to you joining me on Friday for our monthly Yoga Nidra practice. This will be a special one. It's going to be focused on the 5 koshas, also known as the 5 energy sheaths surrounding the body, mind, spirit complex. And so you'll have an opportunity to focus on those energies during our Yoga Nidra. And then I also look forward to you joining me next Tuesday for our continuing series, Kali for Everyone. Topic to be announced. I'll let you know what that'll be on Friday. And as always, questions come up or ideas for future programs, please feel free to message me at my channel or again, email me omcdavy@gmail.com. I want to thank Elizabeth and Bryce for joining me and anyone else who is joining me live. And also, I'd like to thank everybody who'll be watching the recordings of this broadcast in the future. And once again, Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Thank you so very much, and good night and blessings. Jai Ma.